everybody, it's Miss Mussin from Eastover. I have some attachment techniques that you can use with all the cardboard that you might be collecting at home. I want to show you some of my favorite two first. And if you have a hot glue gun, make sure you ask your parents to help you. And some of the other tools might be a little sharp too, so make sure to ask your parents to help you. This one is one of my favorites. I think it's the most useful. It's called a flange. If you're using a tube, whether it's toilet paper or a paper towel or a tube that you make, when you're gluing this to another piece of cardboard, that's not enough surface area for the glue to hold. So there's this easy little trick where you just cut little pieces all around the cardboard tube, trying to make them about the same length, and then they poke out. So you have this kind of flower looking thing on the edge, and if you put a bit of glue on each one of those and hold it down, it will attach and be very sturdy. It's not coming off. That is a flange. My other favorite one is called a gusset support. If you want to make walls, so let's say you have a floor and a wall, the best way to keep it nice and sturdy is to have triangles. These are called right-angled triangles. Put glue along the two sides here and attach it like that, and it makes a very nice sturdy wall if you want to build, say, a box or some sort of house. I usually like to add 2 or 3 or 4 depending on how big my cardboard piece is. Another one that's pretty easy is called a tab. To make a tab, you're cutting slits along your cardboard. Try to make them an even distance apart, and then you fold one direction, the next one the other direction. So you're going in opposites. This direction, that direction. And now when you attach it to another piece of cardboard, you have nice surface areas for the glue to hold. These are called tabs. Another one that's kind of handy if you're making a wall and a floor is to do something called an L brace. To make an L brace, you just make an L. It's a cardboard piece or even a piece of thick paper. Make an L and then glue along the outside of the L and glue it here. Now when you do the L brace, it is going to be a little bit bendable. So sometimes if I want it to be super sturdy, that's why I like my gusset supports better. Another idea is called making a slot or an insert. If you want these two pieces to be fit together, this one's kind of nice because you don't need to use any glue. You cut about halfway on one, and then you cut about halfway on the other one, and then it's a little tricky, but they will fit together. So you have made a very sturdy X or plus sign that you could somehow incorporate into your sculpture. That's a slot or an insert. And another way to make a slot or an insert, if you want to put this straight down in the middle of this, you could use an X-Acto knife, and this is where you're going to need an adult's help, but you could make a slot in here that's the same size as your cardboard. And then your cardboard can get inserted like that. So these are two different ways of slotting or inserting. Another one is any kind of string or wire or pipe cleaner with a hole punch. So if I wanted to do like a book cover and I want to make two cardboard pieces the outside covers, I could use a hole punch, and you could do 2 or 3, or depending on the size of your book, maybe 4 or 5, or just 1. 2 here, 2 here. And then you would get some string or pipe cleaner and run it around both of them. So the last one I have for you is called a slide. This one's kind of fun because it has movement to it. So with this, you're going to need some string and some buttons. So hoping you have those at home. But once again, probably get an adult to help you. Make a slice through the cardboard. And a poke or hole punch in your other piece. And then with some string, you are going to tie it onto a button. Put the string, the other end, through your hole punch. And then put your string through the slit in the other cardboard. And attach the other button on the other end. You want to pull it pretty tight. And tie a knot, but then you can slide it back and forth. So I hope that gave you some ideas making a creative sculpture or invention. I'd love to see them if you want to post to the Eastover Flipgrid or post wherever your school is posting things. Bye, friends.